Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and several people had asked me what do I think about Jerry Ward saying that branched chain amino acids slow down fat loss. Didn't even sound good to me. I thought they made it up, so I'm like, you guys are going to have to link me the video. I got the video link, so I actually watched it. And let me put on my +5 out of weaponsmithing. Work on skilling up my crafting a little bit, and let's talk about this. Alright, I was pretty shocked to hear this, to say the least, because I thought, Jerry was pro-supplement. Now, I want to state up front, I'm not defending branched chain amino acids as a supplement. I think for 99% of people, they're a complete waste of money and completely useless. I'm not a supplement person. I simply don't believe in most supplements for the most part. But to actually say that branched chain amino acids blunt fat loss or stop fat loss is kind of a true statement, but it's also a bullshit statement at the same time. And the reason I'm going to say that is I'll look right there at Jerry and go, Jerry, when you're cutting, I saw all over social media, you linking all these grass-fed bison steaks. You aware that the average grass-fed bison steak has more branched chain amino acids in it than the average BCAA supplement does per serving? Way more. So if these things blunt fat loss, why are you eating these steaks? Why are you eating foods that are full of branched chain amino acids if branched chain amino acids stop fat loss? Think about that for a moment. You don't see the insanity in that? How about protein shakes? Whey protein is 25% branched chain amino acid. 25% of the amino acids in whey protein are branched chains. People drink these on cuts. I'm pretty sure you drink these on cuts. So a 30-gram protein shake has 7.5 grams of branched chain amino acids in it. That's a pretty hefty amount. That's also incidentally why I think the supplements are completely fucking worthless. You could go eat a steak or a chicken breast or some Greek yogurt and get a full serving of branched chain amino acids. Why would you need to go buy an expensive ass supplement when you could just eat food? Because I know me personally, I would rather eat a steak than drink a bunch of fucking powders. And, to get the same effect. But that's just me. I mean, to each their own. Maybe some people like buying pills and powders instead of foods. Everyone has their own preferences. I enjoy eating. It's the reason you guys don't see me getting too ripped. I kind of like food. I would rather eat a steak than drink some powder. Not a hard decision, particularly, oh my God, bison steak. Anybody ever had that? Shit's fucking amazing. You can't compare that to branched chain amino acid powder. But the point still stands. He consumes these things all day long on his cutting diets. What the fuck is he talking about? He's consuming branched chain amino acids at every meal. Every cutting meal I've ever seen the man post is loaded full of BCAAs. Does he not understand that these things aren't a magical substance created in a lab? They're normal amino acids that people have extracted. They're very anabolic. Like he said, particularly leucine, it signals anabolic signaling. It signals anabolic drive. Yeah, it's essential. If you don't get enough leucine in your diet, you will not gain a single ounce of muscle. That is true. In fact, you don't get enough leucine in your diet, you will start to lose muscle no matter what you're eating. Let's be realistic. It is necessary. It is essential for not only gaining muscle, it's essential for holding on to the muscle you have. These are essential amino acids, and they're very anabolic, which kind of comes to the problem of why is it that they blunt fat burning? I want people to think about that. Because he broke it down of, because some of them, the liver converts them to glucose. The liver converts everything to glucose that reaches it. Almost everything that you eat converts to glucose to some extent. All right, anybody not aware of that? Everything converts to glucose. 40% of the protein you eat turns into glucose. All the carbs you eat turn into glucose. 10% of the fat you eat turns into glucose. Yeah, glucose in your bloodstream, glucose in your liver will blunt fat burning. Do you know why? Because it has calories. You've given your body an alternative calorie source. You've given your body an alternative calorie source so that it doesn't need to burn fat. Body prefers to burn glucose first. But you know what? Doesn't mean that you stop burning all fat when there's glucose there. So the problem is that, if you're talking about glucose reducing the amount of fat your body is burning for fuel, all protein and all carbs blunt that. All of them. So if your goal was to maximize fat burning to the fullest extent possible, you would probably want to eat a zero protein and zero carb diet. If you use his logic that you can't have any of this glucose circulating around that's coming from the proteins, from the amino acids, But there are other amino acids that are going to convert to glucose at an even higher rate. So if that's your concern, you should really be watching your total protein intake. The last thing you'd want to do is eat protein, but he promotes people eating high protein diets for cutting, eating a lot of protein. But all this protein is turning into glucose. It is blunting fat burning. You know, the only thing that doesn't blunt fat burning that you could eat? Fat. If you eat tons of fat, your body burns more fat. But here's the thing. It doesn't matter whether the fat burning that you're getting is coming from your food or not. The issue is anything you eat is causing your body to burn what you eat for fuel. All right, you are burning the food that you eat primarily for fuel source first. And until you create a deficit, your body doesn't really cut significantly into your body fat. So here's the difference. Sure, you could stop eating all these things and eat more fat. You'll burn more fat, but that doesn't mean you're burning more body fat. Your body is going to burn the fat that you eat before it starts cutting into your body fat very much. Just like it's going to burn the carbs that you eat before you cut into your body fat much. And I'm not saying low carb and ketogenic diets don't work. They do. Low carb diets for many people are appetite suppressing. All right, they're appetite suppressing. I mean, seriously, for most people, yeah, if you're sitting around doing what Jerry does, you're eating grass-fed bison steaks and green vegetables, you're probably not going to eat a lot of calories. Those are very filling foods. And ketogenic diets in the ketogenic state for about 30% of the population is appetite suppressing. The presence of ketones are appetite suppressing. So that's why Jerry's diets work. They suppress appetite. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. It's a viable strategy. The guy clearly gets lean. He knows how to get lean. His clients get lean. Nothing wrong with the approach he's using there. The problem is that he's stating stuff that is absurd bullshit that has nothing to do with the success of his diets. It's not even remotely related. He's using the fact that he gets lean as evidence for something that's not true. Essentially, he's saying branched chain amino acids because he doesn't understand. Jerry doesn't understand the body well enough to understand that what he is actually saying, if you want to put it into layman's terms, that branched chain amino acids slow down fat burning because they have calories. Anything that you eat that has calories is going to slow fat loss. It's going to slow weight loss. I mean, the fastest way to lose weight would be go on an all-water, zero-calorie diet. That will burn fat on you as fast as possible. That would be the fastest way to lose body fat. However, it's also dangerous. It could also hurt your health. You're going to lose probably as much muscle as you lose fat. You're going to lose a shitload of muscle because you're consuming no protein. You have nothing to train on for fuel, so you're not getting training fuel, so your workouts are going to suck. If you're not able to train hard enough to retain muscle mass, you're going to lose muscle mass faster. So you have multiple factors that are going to make you lose muscle mass very, very quickly. But you know what? Eating no calories is the fastest way to lose fat. That's the fastest way to lose fat. Anyone who argues against that doesn't understand biochemistry. They don't understand biology at all. That's the fastest way to lose fat. It's also the stupidest way to lose fat because you're going to lose muscle sometimes even faster than you lose body fat when you do such a thing. So it's stupid. But his point is that, yeah, it blunts fat loss because it has calories. No shit. All foods blunt fat loss. But there's also an acceptable rate of fat loss. And if you were going to pick a calorie source, like if you were going to say, okay, calorie per calorie, what foods could I get away with eating that are going to give me the most positive benefit towards body composition? Any sort of protein, whether it's a protein powder or animal source protein like a steak, or even individual amino acids, are probably the least fattening calories you could possibly eat. And for him to make this statement while supporting the eating of protein, to say, well, these branched chain amino acids, they're already in the proteins you're eating. You're eating branched chain amino acids in all these foods. And every single protein that you're eating, all the other amino acids in that steak, all the other amino acids in those eggs and egg whites, all those other amino acids are doing the exact same thing in the liver. They're all converting to glucose to a certain extent. They're all slowing down fat burning a little bit. But the thing is, to lose body fat, you don't have to make the body burn fat as rapidly as possible. You just have to consume enough food to put the body fat burning rate at the rate that you want it at. All right, because you want to control that rate. Your goal is never to lose weight as quickly as possible because that's how you lose muscle mass. But this idea that, well, it's slowing fat loss, well, of course it is. All food that you eat slows fat loss. But no one's goal should ever be, well, I want to lose fat as fast as humanly possible. That should never be your goal. Your goal should be, I want to lose fat at an appropriate rate to where I don't feel like hammered dog shit, I don't hurt my health, and I don't lose 15 pounds of muscle. All right, that's a more appropriate goal than I want to lose fat as quickly as possible. So you have to eat food. You have to eat something. And the idea that because foods slow fat loss that it's a bad thing is absurd, because you are slowing fat loss. You're not trying to lose fat as fast as possible. You're not trying to drop 10 pounds a week. That shouldn't be any realistic person's weight loss goal. So of course you're going to slow fat loss. Of course you're going to slow fat burning. That's not necessarily a bad thing. And it's just absurd to stand there and single out specific essential amino acids as if they're going to actually be a problem, that you're not going to be able to lose body fat because you're consuming them, when most of the most effective fat loss foods people are eating are loaded full of them. It's insanity. I mean, it's the same thing. Jerry is eating foods on every meal in his diet that are loaded full of branched chain amino acids while claiming that, he's against branched chain amino acids for fat loss. You're eating them. It's just absurd. I just don't get it. Again, I'm not even sure why he bothered to make that video, but that point needed to be clarified. No, guys, you don't need to worry about limiting your branched chain amino acid intake when you're trying to lose body fat. Come on. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.